Hey, what's good? Hi, welcome in, welcome in. For anybody that's around usually, yes, look, camera in the videos. For anybody that's new, stick around for a minute because I'm going to talk about why I think Dead by Daylight feels miserable right now. But I do need to start the video off by doing a bit of an apology for those that have been around in my community for a bit. Yes, I know I said I was going to post more 3 months ago, and then I just never posted anything. I stopped posting YouTube videos and TikToks and YouTube shorts or whatever pieces. I just genuinely stopped, and all I really did was an occasional stream. Well, a few streams. Honestly, first excuse is life has just been happening. I've been doing a bit of traveling between England and Ireland. I've just been busy here. There's been stuff happening. Life has been happening. And on top of that, then I've just felt really burnt out on DBD, and it's hard to make content on something that you're not enjoying. It's hard to sit and record something or come up with an idea for something or talk about something that you just do not have fun talking about. And I took a bit of a break. I honestly, since the Dead by Daylight chapter came out, I very rarely have actually sat down to play Dead by Daylight, which is surprising. And I just kind of took a break from playing it as often as I had done, and I didn't mean to take as long as a break, and I did want to be making more stuff. Like I said in that video, I wanted to be more in the Dead by Daylight community. I wanted to be making like movie content, but at the end of the day, you can't sit and make something that you yourself are not enjoying doing. So when it came to making content, I just wasn't really up for it. And this video, on top of my comeback into playing DBD, is exactly why, because I think right now Dead by Daylight feels really, really miserable. So why did I take a break? That's the question that's basically bringing up this entire conversation that I'm having in this video, is why did I take a break? And recently I passed over 6,000 hours on Dead by Daylight on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 together combined, and that is an awful lot of time to be spending playing any video game at all. Like, I don't think there's any game in my catalog that's even close to that. DBD is my most played game ever. And with that came a lot of really aggressive, repetitive annoyances I kept having with the game over a long period of time, where I was taking breaks or I was getting annoyed and they were doing changes and I just wasn't enjoying how certain parts of the game was beginning to feel. What really became my boiling point, I think, as well, on top of it all, was the FNAF chapter came out. Very good. Everybody was very excited about it. The game hit its peak concurrent players. It was a very decent chapter. But for me, the Walking Dead chapter was my more excited for chapter. I was a big Walking Dead fan. I love the comics. I love the show. Huge. And I got very, very excited about the aspect of that being a chapter. That chapter releasing in the state that it did really just didn't sit well with me at all. I didn't enjoy it. The game was broken. I got so excited for something to be added into the game that I've been waiting forever for. The Walking Dead has been something I've really wanted in DBD for a very long time. And when it did get added and it ended up being the way that it was, it sucked the life out of me, if I'm being honest. Like, it really just became a complaint machine. Everybody was just complaining about the game at the time, and nobody was talking about the chapter, and there was nothing to be excited about because the game was in a really, really bad state. And around the same time, I'd started to realize that in myself playing the game, usually if I'm playing the game, I'll get kind of annoyed and then I'll go GG next, and I'll maybe drag it in, and there are 2 or 3 games, and then maybe I'll have a good game down the line. It became a point on both sides of the game that no matter what, if I was losing, it just never felt good. Like, I used to be able to lose a game and go, at least I had a fun player, at least I did a good loop, or at least we did some gens, or at least I got a good play when I was playing killer. It became to a point where every time I was losing a game, it just was frustrating, and it felt like the game was just not there to be won regardless of what was happening, and that became very, very draining. When I took my break, it was kind of like, in a way, I missed the idea of DBD. I missed the community of the game. I missed the idea of this is the game I've played so much. But I came to kind of a realization in the last month that I wasn't missing the gameplay of it. I was missing the normality of it. How used to playing DBD I was. How much time I'd spend in it. If I was really bored, what'll I play? I'll click on DBD, and it wasn't the game itself that I was missing, and that's something I didn't really like even having the idea of, because I love this game. I love Dead by Daylight. I love that it's a collection of all things horror, and even if it's some of the stuff that's come out recently hasn't been my type of horror, I really love this game. It's not fun to be able to sit here and go, I spent basically the last 2 to 3 months not wanting to play the game, or if I came on it, I'd be like, oh, it's fun for like 2 days, and then I'd get annoyed by it. It's really mentally draining to have something you love as much as I love this game and this community and streaming it. It's really draining to feel yourself losing interest in it and losing interest in what they're doing with it and clicking on the game and trying to stream it and just not having fun. And for a while, that's exactly how I felt. I just did not enjoy playing it. And that's difficult. And what you're about to see in the clip now, we will be talking about this clip. This is something that has happened recently that has genuinely confused me. It has upset me to the point where I don't actually understand where this game is going to be going. And I don't like where it's going. So we will talk about the clip that's about to be playing now. I went into a custom lobby after doing a stream because I had one of the worst killer game streams I've ever had. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a custom game and just look. I just want to just have a look and see what's going on. So as some of you will know, there was an update recently that did a pallet density change. And what that means is where there was dead zones in the map, that Behaviour have decided that they're going to put pallets into it, which I don't think they've really thought through entirely. And also on top of it, it's not just dead zones, which you will see in this video. I find it on this map, the swamp, as one of the worst that I've ever seen. Like, ridiculously one of the worst, but I don't think they've thought out exactly what it was they were planning on doing. So we'll go through the clip as well while we're talking about some stuff. Honestly, I put on Zenshin as well. These loops here, where it's just a tree on the side of the map that they've thrown a pallet into, in itself isn't too bad. You would be like, okay, you can play around that, but it's not just that. It's the fact that they can also lead into loops on the outside of the tile. In here is where I found the most ridiculous lineup of pallets. You've got this pallet, which you could drop if you want. You have a window over there on that side. You have a window there, and you have another pallet here. Where has the killer got anything that they can do here? Then if you go through that window, you have another window there and a pallet. And there's a pallet up on the top of it. So basically, for the rest of this clip, I just start wandering around. But that one loop in itself is an example. Like, I'm looking at it. Pallet, window, window, pallet, window, pallet, in the space of like 2 tiles that are stuck together. I don't know what the idea of it was. I know there's the plan of probably sticking together like some tiles that'll be a bit dead zoney, but in doing that, they've made so many spots in maps way worse, so much worse. And the fact that they can all connect to each other, it genuinely just makes so many loops feel endless unless you're beasting it as an S tier. If you went to play Trapper right now in this game, done. You go to play New Myers in this game, done. It's so it takes away the excitement of a chase when you know that majority of your game now, as it is going to be stood just kicking pallets because you have no other choice. There's so many connecting tiles now where you used to get little dead zones, or if you killed a pallet, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm safe now. No. From here on out, if this is how the game is going to be, you're not going to have that anymore. You're not going to have that. The clip's going to end now, but I'm going to keep talking about this. It's not going to be like that. It's just going to be sheer misery, and chases aren't fun. And this is one of the things as a killer I just don't like. I found on both sides of the game since this update, more killers are DCing in this update. Since this Krasu update has come out, more killers are DCing where they've lost 3 or 4 gens to maybe getting 2 hooks. And then I look at the map when I'm walking around in it, and I'm like, there's still so many pallets. No wonder they DC'd. Like, they're not winning the chases, and it's physically impossible for them to win the chases. And that's very frustrating when you're playing as killer, because survivors are getting a lot of updates that are helping, and I know there was the update that was talking about the tunneling and the slugging, which was nearly going to come, and I'm glad that Behaviour didn't do that. I honestly feel like killer has been so frustrating for a while now, and the argument that ends up coming out of it is because of how frustrating it is to play killer, they have to play certain ways, which is my next giant problem. Maps are terrible right now. Pallet distribution is awful at the moment, and I'm not even done. I have so much more I need to talk about that is really frustrating right now. So basically, my next complaint about Dead by Daylight right now is that I think the meta that's in the game right now on both sides is too strong and too boring. I think if you play this game enough, you could name 10 survivor perks right now where you're going to see them every game. You could list them off. You're going to have your sprint bursts, your decisives, your off the record now that it's changed back, or even before they broke it, that was there. Like, you could name a bunch. And the same on killer. You have your pain res, your DMS, your grim embraces. The same list of perks for both sides are going to be listed off. You could name them and they will be there. And that makes the game really, really boring, where the majority of your games, you know what you're going to be against. It's kind of crap. If you try to play off meta, you try to do a certain build, you're not going to have fun on either side. You try to play off meta on killer, where you get a squad of players you're playing against that are semi-decent at the game. Done. You didn't have anything to help you with gens. Waste of your time. You didn't have anything to give you an aura reading when you need it. Waste of your time. You didn't bring anything. Waste of your time. You don't bring decisive strike and an exhaustion perk and blah 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 on your survivors. Waste of time. You tried to do like a boon build. Waste of time. You're going to get tunneled. You didn't bring anything to counter the tunnels, so what's the point? And that's where the game is at the moment. It's a constant battle between the both, and they're both stuck in meta. You don't play a meta killer, you're going to end up having to tunnel somebody, and then if the survivor didn't take something to tunnel, counter tunneling, that means you've screwed them and they didn't get to play their game. It's stuck in a battle of that, and it's really, really annoying trying to play the game in this meta at the moment, because it's so boring. That's the best way I can do. I think variety is gone. There's like, I know they did a while ago the whole perk changes and it brought in some freshness. I think the variety in the game is just dead. I think for the last few chapters, I can't actually name off the top of my head the last chapter that came out in Dead by Daylight where a perk came out and I go, ooh, that's actually really good. I would like to use that like more often. No, I'm stuck using the same meta, the same crap, the same 4 to 5 perks, and most people are, if I'm playing Survivor and I spice it up, then I have terrible games, so I go back to my main build. It's genuinely kind of exhausting, and as somebody that plays mainly solo Survivor, when I'm on stream, I have people join me and they'll come in and play, but if I want to play the game off stream by myself, solo surviving, it is one of the most miserable experiences that you can have on this game, because you have no way of communicating with anybody. There's no information given other than what's on the left side of the board, over that side, sorry, on the board. You can only read that. Most people, I'm convinced, that play this game don't use the left side of the screen where the names are, so they're not paying attention to the gens, the healing, the unhooks, none of that. And on top of it, tunneling on solo Survivor is really, really rough. You're playing Survivor, solo Survivor, you have no way of getting anybody to come and assist you. Somebody unhooks you, they just run off most of the time, so you're just left to get tunneled, and there's no way you can do anything about it. And the worst thing is, as much as I don't like what Behaviour were going to do about tunneling and slugging and the way they were planning all of that stuff, the game rewards tunneling. Like, it rewards the tunneling, and especially now with the way that the maps are and how tough it is as killer, to get somebody dead as soon as possible is the best game plan for killer at the moment. And that's not very fun. That's not very fun as a survivor, especially the one that's getting tunneled. That's miserable for them. And as the team left behind, you're stuck in a game where it's 3v1. As a killer, when I play killer and I end up having a bad start to a game and I go, right, I'm going to have to tunnel somebody out, that's boring. You know it's boring, but you know it's effective. You know it's the best way to get a result is to just get somebody out. I think when they brought in the anti-camping mechanic, that kind of helped, because it stopped a bunch of the camping problems, which, if that was still a thing now on top of tunneling and slugging that has been going on lately that is ridiculous, I think we'd be in a much worse state. That is something they've done, but it's not enough. What they were going to do is way too drastic as well. So they need to figure it out. They need to figure out something really, really soon. If it means something like bringing in more incentives for doing different things, for hooking different people and not slugging, do something, because I think something needs to happen there, or else we're going to all be complaining about tunneling and slugging for as long as this game stays being alive. One of the kind of topics I want to talk about on top of all of this as well, you'll probably see like little micro cuts throughout the video, whatever. I want to say before I start anything else as well, before I do, I don't hate Behaviour as a development company. I don't hate any of the devs. I think they're actually pretty decent. Over the last couple of years, they've been really good at, in a way, giving the community what they ask for, even if it's a little bit late sometimes, or sometimes it doesn't go exactly how it's planned. I do like them and I respect them, but I feel at times there's a lot of actions that have happened that have made the trust kind of fade a little bit, and especially when it comes to the conversation that's meant to be coming up over the next couple of months about some Operation Health that they pushed back a chapter to do. I think the way basically everybody that plays Dead by Daylight or is in and around the community can agree with what I'm about to say. Every single time we get a patch, it's fix one thing, break two things. Every time we get a new chapter, it brings in, oh look at all the cool new stuff we've got, it's all really cool, and then in the background, oh, the twins have been broken for months, oh, Dracula's been broken for months, oh, hey, look, you can get stuck in a wall over in this map now, or it's kind of tiring to deal with that every single time there's a chapter or a update or anything. Every time you expect it, you're like, oh, what's broken now this time? Oh, they brought something new, what's broken? And on top of, like I said already before, the Walking Dead chapter was the worst I think I've seen since Nemesis released, and broke an entire, the PS4 Nemesis. You couldn't even play the game for a while. I luckily had moved on to PS5 at that point, but I don't think I'd seen the game as broken as it was since that time when The Walking Dead came out, and that was so draining. And the entire conversation in the community at that point, everybody on Twitter and on streams or YouTube videos, everybody had their own take on why is the game so bad right now? Why is everything so broken? It's upsetting to be part of that and to be part of the community that is part of those kind of conversations. And on top of it, everything that everything that was being communicated to Behaviour was just getting ignored. And what really tipped me over the edge was the Walking Dead stream that they did with all the streamers like Ots and Ghost and G-Burb, and then Chandler Riggs was there. Everything in that stream was one of the lowest points I think we've ever had as a community. Is hackers got into an official advertising stream for a Walking Dead chapter with an actor from the show, some of the biggest streamers that we've had in a collective stream like that, and it was getting hacked. And Behaviour weren't listening to their own community, their own content creators were trying. Ots himself, I have to shout out Ots. Ots was genuinely trying to do his best to try and piece all that stream together. And that's how it feels as a community of this game sometimes entirely. The conversation happens, Behaviour kind of go, okay, and then they don't listen. And if this game has been going on for a long time, nearly 10 years, we've had so many ups and downs with this game, and it just feels like a lot of the time we're not being listened to, especially as a smaller content creator as well. How do you feel like Behaviour are going to ever listen to anything you have to say when one of their biggest, Otstarva, was there trying to say his piece and try and help them and try and fix what was going on in that stream, and they weren't listening? It's really difficult, and that is kind of on top of everything that I've mentioned. Maps, meta, releases coming out broken. The devs themselves make the game really difficult to want to be part of that community, and it's hard to say that, and it's hard to enjoy the game and to enjoy the new releases or the new events, which I spoke about in the last video as well. Lights Out and Chaos Shuffles and all of the modes that they keep bringing out, 2v8, I'm really bored of them as well. And I don't know if it's more of a fatigue thing of me just not enjoying the game, so I wasn't enjoying them, or if it's a wider like kind of conversation that the community are having. But I genuinely just got really bored of seeing 2v8 followed by Chaos Shuffle, and I was like, oh cool, they're over now. Oh, here's 2v8 and Chaos Shuffle again, and oh, don't worry, you'll get like 2 weeks of a break, and then oh, they're back again. It was really, really tiring to just constantly do that, and I know some people do like it, so this is probably just a me personal problem. But yeah, I think we need some new modifiers if DBD are going to keep doing the modifiers. Like event game modes, like the Halloween events and the Christmas events and all those things, they're fine. They're fun. They can be a bit basic at times, but at least they're a bit different and they're fun. It's the modifiers I think they need to do something about. Like, to end out the video, I do want to say I love DBD. I love Dead by Daylight. I love Behaviour. I love everything they've done with this. Even some of the chapters I wasn't crazy on, I do love them. It's a place for me. I love this game. I have so many reasons to love this game. I've met so many nice people through this. I've met my current girlfriend because of this game. I've met so many nice streamers. I've had the privilege of bumping into so many cool people because of this game. And it's just not fun right now, and I really want to feel like I'm enjoying the game again. And I want to be able to make content in the game, and I want to be able to have fun streaming the game, do cool things. I know I'm not a big streamer, I know I'm not getting in massive views, but I want to be able to do cool things with this game. This is where I just have to put my fingers crossed that this Operation Health idea that Behaviour have been talking about is exactly going to be what they've said it is, and it's going to bring massive changes to the game. It's going to work on both sides for Killer and Survivor, and it's going to do things that make us all go, yes, they've done it. They've hit the nail right in the head right here. They have done a bunch of stuff. Sure, I'm putting my hands up now. I'm sure Behaviour are going to make loads of mistakes during this Operation Health, and they're going to do some risky things that a bunch of people aren't going to like. But it just has to be something that's better than what it is right now, and that's all we need. I want everybody that watches this video, if you've been playing the game, you haven't played the game, you stopped playing the game because of these kind of reasons, leave it in the comments. Tell me anything in the comments. Bring up a conversation with me about how you're feeling with DBD. If I'm wrong to feel these ways, I want all that kind of conversation, because I just want to just have conversations like this, be able to say what I'm thinking about DBD. And honestly, I don't know what's going to happen with the YouTube, with the stream in the future, to be honest. This part's mainly for my own community. I might start posting videos about different games. I might start streaming something else more often and steer away from DBD for a while if I can't find that passion in it anymore. I might even do the movie content on YouTube. I don't know exactly what I would do, but I might start doing that instead, because anything just to be able to... I like making things. I like having the conversations with you guys. I like that part of this. I like the community. I like trying to broaden out conversations with different people and getting different opinions in. To end the video, really, I just really hope DBD and me can click back together, and I hope over the next couple of months they do something cool. I'm hoping Friday the 13th is coming, because it's coming to Fortnite soon, and it's coming to Call of Duty as well, so I'm hoping Friday the 13th is coming. I just want to love DBD again. So thanks for watching. Hit a like, comment down below, give me your opinions, all that good stuff. And yeah, I guess that's all I've got to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope it'll actually be posted a little bit sooner, and enjoy yourselves. Bye bye.